Hello my friends, welcome to Plain and Chisel Woodworks. Today is not the greatest day for me. I hate when I fail at things. And I guess it's not really, it is a failure. It's not to my standards. This gate is kind of depressing because I think it's a really kind of cool design. But I think it's just above my skills for the moment. But let's see if we can't learn something from this. But first, let me show you what kind of went wrong with this. Okay, so everything went wrong basically in assembly. I probably should not have used drawboards. I should have figured a way to clamp these better. But what happened was, this is the back of the gate. Take these out. I was trying to fix it. And seeing if I could make it look better. I was actually going to try to do a video on showing how to fix mistakes, but there are just too many mistakes in this. And I am not going to give this the girl who was going to buy it, because it's just not good enough for me. But I'm going to show you guys everything that's kind of wrong with this, and what I think happened. This is the back. First of all, I should have used a brad point drill bit, so that the holes would line up better, or had a drill press. A drill press probably would have been better, but a lot of times what happened was when I was driving through the pin from the other side, I would tear out the edges here. So I should have either had the pins sharpened more, so it would have caught. That could have helped the problem. I'm not sure. So I'm kind of just telling you what I think went wrong. Because this would hit the edge here and it would break out. So I had a whole bunch of these like breakouts all the way around. I had a huge one here, which this one actually cleaned up really nicely. If they all would have done this, it would have been better. But some of these, the parts were small enough that I couldn't glue them down, so I tried to fix them with squares. And if you see, the water and the glue turned the sawdust black, so that's a huge, like, whoa, there it is. So in oak, you can't make that paste thing. At least I don't know how, like you can with other woods, where you mix the sawdust in with the glue, because it turns black like that. Okay, so that was the first problem. The second problem was these left, I have quite a few of these giant gaps. And I think that's because the drawboards on the side here were not in the correct position. A lot of times they were, I should have been going more towards the piece, like directly in, I guess, like this, and I lined it up more like this. So it never really did very good for drawing it in. And then I should then have, so that causes those gaps. And what I should have done is I should have also done this in sections. The centerpiece had to be pre-assembled. And I think something got messed up in the alignment of here. So that pulled this over. These over somehow, I think. Because this now has a big gap, and it did not have it when in there's a big gap here. So that's either caused, I don't know. I don't understand why this gap was here, because it was not in the dry assembly. And I tried squeezing it together before I drawboard it, and I could not get it to close up. So that one's a bit of a, I don't understand why that was that way. My only thought is I put the drawboards in here, and that shifted these forward. Because again, I lined it up more with this alignment as opposed to this alignment. And so because those were pushed forward, it pushed this farther out. Because the whole thing is square. So I don't know. It's a mind-boggling to me why that's like that. If anybody has any other suggestions, I'd be glad to hear it. If it was this that was twisted at all, you wouldn't think that would cause that to happen and still be square. It'd be more like I don't know. That boggles my mind. So, anyways, I think, yeah, this just looks like a total mess. The plugs are completely visible. I don't like it. So I'm gonna tell her I can't build this for her, and it kind of irritates me that I failed like this, but it's the case. Sometimes things don't go right, and I guess I don't want to. I don't know. Maybe I should just build another one, just for my own sake. But this took me long enough. I don't want. She's already had the baby, so. Anyways, I'll talk to her about that. We'll figure out the stuff. But anyways, this gate didn't work out right. So sometimes things just don't work out right. Try to learn from mistakes. I need to get better at cutting some of these angles, like you can see here where I kind of cut with cutting the ends. So that's just normal practice in here. But I did learn, this is the first time I've ever done angled mortises. So that was a nice learning experience for me, and they turned out okay. Like I said, not all the gaps were perfect, but quite a few of them are. They're as good as I think that you can. I don't know. I just see all the mistakes. Everybody probably doesn't see that much, but I always see them worse than yourself. But anyways, I'm kind of rambling on this. This is it's really depressing to me. But that's what happens. Sometimes it just doesn't work. And like I said, the repairs just do not. The repairs just are not looking very well. They make it look really bad, and yeah, it's not. I don't want to have anybody this be on my name. So I'm not going to give this to her as it is. So I don't know. I guess we have a failure here. So we'll try again on something else. I don't think I'm going to do this again, where I actually want to try to do a little bit of actual axe work, squaring up a timber. I think that's what I'm going to try to do next. I've never done anything like that, so that's going to be a totally different thing, but I'm going to set this kind of angled mortises and mortise and tenon joinery off for a second, and go on. One good thing about this, it is sturdy. Even if there are gaps, this thing is super rigid. It has absolutely no rack at all. There's no way at all to rack this. So I guess in that case, it is a functioning gate. It just doesn't look, well, not functioning. I didn't put hinges or anything on it, but it would work as a gate. It just looks, it looks like a dog's dinner. So, any suggestions? You guys have kind of watched me, how I built this. Any suggestions on how I can improve? I would greatly appreciate it. Because if you've seen how I did anything wrong, let me know. This one, I did the best way I thought it would work, and it did not. So, thank you guys, and I will leave this at this. Please subscribe, and maybe you'll see me make more failures. But anyways, we'll try again for next time. Thank you guys for stopping along. I'm sorry for this not turning out the way I liked. But, like I said, I guess not everything works out right. I am learning this, so this would be nice where to have a mentor to kind of be able to talk to and work on this. But I'm kind of doing this on my own. Anyways, I'll quit talking. Thank you guys, and have a great day, and I will see you next time. Hopefully, we'll be outside in the woods a little bit. Talk to you later. Bye.